After a sexual assault occurs, there are a number of steps survivors can take to begin the healing process, both physically as well as mentally and emotionally. One of the first formal steps they can take in that process, if they choose to, is undergoing a rape kit. A rape kit is a specific kind of forensic exam conducted on sexual assault survivors to collect evidence of the crime from their body. They're typically conducted by specially trained SANEs, or sexual assault nurse examiners. This comprehensive and physically invasive exam can take anywhere from 4 to 7 hours, as a sexual assault nurse examiner collects as much DNA evidence from the person's body as possible. What specifically happens during that 4-hour examination? The first step is a general medical intake, answering questions that you might anytime you go to see a new doctor. From there, a bulk of the examination involves collecting everything from blood, urine, and hair samples to more invasive kinds of things like cheek swabs, vaginal swabs, and anal swabs, or photographs of any kind of genital bruising or external injuries. Even the clothes the person was wearing at the time of the assault are collected and held as evidence. Throughout the rape kit process, consent is key. If there's ever a time when the patient would rather not go through with the evidence collecting, they don't have to. That means if they're comfortable with a hair sample being taken, but not with a vaginal swab being collected, they don't have to give it. Even more importantly, undergoing a rape kit does not mean that they then have to move forward with law enforcement to prosecute the perpetrator. Even if someone chooses not to undergo a rape kit, it is highly recommended that they have a medical examination to check for things like genital injury, STDs, and pregnancy. I want to emphasize that just because you go to the hospital, just because you talk to a doctor or to a sexual assault nurse examiner, that does not mean that you have to get the police involved. Organizations like the Rape and Incest National Network do encourage survivors to have rape kits performed as soon after the crime occurs as possible. The DNA evidence from them is then uploaded into the FBI's DNA database that then helps law enforcement track and prosecute serial rapists. That also depends on rape kit evidence being tested, uploaded, and proactively used by law enforcement, which has been a problem that a lot of major metropolitan police stations are refocusing on, as backlogs of tens of thousands of untested rape kits have come to light in recent years. Through legislation such as the Violence Against Women Act and additional funding that has been approved through the US Congress, more and more municipalities are testing those previously untested rape kits. And they're leading to prosecutions for crimes that were committed a long time ago. But ultimately, as I mentioned, the choice whether or not to get a rape kit is up to the individual survivor. It's also important to remember that rape kits don't magically just clean up all of the evidence of a sexual assault, nor does it guarantee that a perpetrator will be brought to justice, especially amid all of these big societal conversations that we are having today about consent and sexual assault and all of the different factors surrounding that. The more we can know about all of the resources available to us, the better educated choices we can make should a crisis occur.